You are now watching the video on my channel, Kevin Sullivan. Today we're going to talk about triangulation. The narcissist use triangulation. The narcissist, sociopath, psychopath use triangulation as in a way to appear as somebody who is very wanted, very attractive, and as very interesting as they present themselves, even though it's a false self. And it's a tactic of manipulation, and it's used to help them to do the manipulation and gain what they're trying to gain out of the new supply and the old supply. So it's a triangulation, it's like a triangle, like a diamond, like whoosh, whoosh. You got the narcissist at the top, then you got the new supply, then you got the old supply. And so what they do there is they're using you to and getting energy from the both of you. The new supply is unaware of the narcissist period at all. The new supply knows nothing about the narcissist and don't know what they're going through and about to go through. All they know and see is what the narcissist shows them, which is the false good self, nice person. So that's all the new supply sees. The old supply, you see, the false self or what they presented to you, and now you also see the real them, which is the no good person at all. So the old supply sees both, and the new supply only sees the good false persona that the narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath is now introducing to them. So what the narcissist is trying to do is trying to create more attraction to the new supply by using you to make it seem like you still want them. And they also are trying to get you, the old supply, jealous of their new supply. So now you could question, so now you like, oh, somebody else want them, I don't want to lose them. So you'll start trying to maybe cater to them, trying to win them back, trying to be on your best behavior. Whatever it was that you was doing that the narcissist didn't like, you'll try to stop doing that. Then they'll try to have you crawling back because quote unquote this new love interest that they have. And also the new supply can see that, oh, so they have this person that was horrible to them, because they're gonna make it seem like you was horrible. They have them chasing them, coming after them, wanting them again, and it makes the new supply want the narcissist even more, because they see you, the old supply, still interacting and still wanting them. And you never know what the narcissist is telling the new supply about you, the old supply. Or if you, the new supply, the narcissist is fooling you and trying to create a attraction between the two of you through the old supply by making themselves seem as this valuable person. Because when a person is desired, a love interest, it makes a love interest more interested in that person once they see all this attraction that the person has. So the narcissist creates that false attraction to the new supply and the old supply. So it's more supply to them, and it makes them seem as the false self that they want to project, that they are so awesome and so wanted and so desirable. And so it's a win-win for the narcissist, and it's extra supply and extra energy that they're creating for themselves. The narcissist is using both and manipulating both the new supply and old supply It's a manipulation and it's a tactic. Companies use it. You know, high demand employees, you know, with special gifts and talents, they go through it too. It's almost like a bidding war. You know, companies use it as, you know, dealing with merging with companies or having people invest in a company. Like companies and you know, entrepreneurs, CEOs, it's a business tactic to where, you know, you create an attraction somewhere else and then it helps the other person get on board online to, you know, okay, maybe it's something there. When you deal with sales points and the eventual overall of the company, where it may be, if it's potentially going to grow or is it potentially going to decline, companies use this triangulation. Also is kind of manipulative tactic to get someone on board, to make them believe, you know, this is something good here, regardless of what you may think or see. Once they see somebody else interested in it, they go, oh, well, let me not lose this, and then somebody else gets something good. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of missing up on a good opportunity. You know, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to make sure that I don't lose. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's a good investment. You know what I'm saying? If I pay $2 million for this house now, 25 later, this property, I mean, that 25 years later, then a few years later, it'd be worth 25 million. So, you know, that's what businesses and companies use all the time with the triangulation tactic and method. So let me get back to the better points. So with this last narcissist I was dealing with, the female, she would continuously try to get me involved. She will want me to basically, what she wanted was for me to contact this person. You know what I'm saying? You should tell him. I mean, every day she would call. I mean, just trying to suck all my energy out. Every day she would call for me to talk to her new supply. And I would tell her, like, why don't you tell him to leave you alone? You know what I'm saying? Just tell him like that. I told him he won't leave me alone. He keep calling me and bothering me. So block him on social media, block him from Messenger, block him. Oh, I tried to do that. He still keeps, you know, it's nonsense. So if a narcissist, sociopath, or psychopath trying to get you to play this triangulation game with them, don't play it. They are using you, the new supply and the old supply. And the narcissists really always try to get their new supply to hate their old supply. It's something they do over and over again. And they just want you to play in this game. So this is for new supply and old supply. Don't play it. Don't play the game. They're using both of you. They're very manipulative, and both of you are being used as objects. If you haven't seen my video, I put a video up about how narcissists use us as objects and CSS objects, not as human beings. So go check that video out. I got part 2 out right now on my channel. So go to my channel, watch that, and part 2 will be coming soon. So that's the thing. This is part 1 of triangulation with a narcissist. I'll be doing part 2. But this is part 1. So like I said, she kept using this old supply, and also kept trying to get me to dislike him. And just as always was a story about him, and I could see her getting frustrated. And that's what narcissists do. They'll try to push your boundaries. They don't respect your boundaries. Narcissists don't have none. And if you do have some, which please don't let them, they will get you to not have boundaries and cross your boundaries and push you not to have none. They'll stay on it and stay on it. You know, they always try to change everything about you. And that's why she kept calling me and kept telling me about this old supply that she had. She kept wanting me to call him and cause conflict in situations. And that's also her way of being mad. And this is passive aggressive behavior that the narcissists use, especially the covert narcissists. This was hate towards the new supply. because most likely he knew how much of a snake she was and how much of no good she was, and was probably exposing it. So this was her revenge on him, to get me to, you know, probably fight him, using me as a tool to hate him, because they start narcissists start the club of hating their old supply, and they use, you know, their flying monkeys and their new supply to damage the damage the old supply. So this is just part one. I'm gonna keep it short and simple, but part two will definitely be better, of the triangulation, why the narcissist does it and how they do it. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit. So thank you for liking, watching, subscribing, and sharing and commenting on my video. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay narcissistic free.